Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, your go-to place for mastering English grammar in the simplest way possible. Today we are diving into a very important topic that holds our sentences together, connectors and conjunction, different types of conjunction. We will explore what conjunction are focus on, coordinative conjunction, break down their different types and see how they help connect ideas smoothly. So basically, we are going to accumulate knowledge about types of conjunction in that coordinative conjunction. I will also explain the difference between phrases and clauses, a key concept that helps you use conjunction correctly. So I will also explain the difference between phrases and clauses. And yes, we are going to clear up all the confusion around commas, how to use comma, when to use commas, when to use them with conjunction, and what exactly a comma splice is. So, what exactly a comma slice is, and how to avoid it, how to avoid comma splice. So, if you have ever been puzzled by words like and, but, or, so, and wondered where the comma should go, this video is for you. Let's get started. Conjunction and connectors in English. So connectors and conjunction. Connectors are also called conjunctive words of words that link two similar elements in a sentence. So connectors are called conjunctive words. These are words which help in to joining two similar elements, two same elements in a sentence. It is of four types. Types are coordinative conjunction, subordinative conjunction, correlative conjunction, conjunctive adverbs. So there are small number of conjunction and conjunctive adverbs which help in linking individual words or phrases. So when we are joining or linking individual words or phrases, there is a very limited number of conjunction and conjunctive adverbs. But majority can only link two clauses. Two clauses, that is a dependent clause, independent clauses. So dependent clause is also known as a subordinate clause, which normally follows the main clause, but in some cases may precede it. As the name suggests, dependent clause, it is also known as subordinate clause. Normally, it follows the main clause, principal clause, independent clause, but in some cases may precede it. A coordinated clause, which is an independent clause or phrase, must follow the clause of phrase to which it is connected. In most cases, the difference between subordination and coordination is clear, but in some cases, linguists disagree. But in some cases, it creates ambiguity, it creates doubt. So let's learn about the difference between the coordination and subordination. Coordination, coordinated, as name suggests. Coordination help in the formation of compound sentences. How? It is to hold between two independent clauses. So it is between the two independent clauses. Example is given. I am rich, but C is poor. I am rich, independent clause. C is poor, independent clause. So these two sentences are connected with the help of coordination conjunction, and the conjunction is but. So it is to hold between two independent clauses and it result in the formation of compound sentence. So it is a symmetrical relation. Now next one is about the subordination. Subordination result in the formation of complex sentence. As complex sentence is a sentence which consists of one independent clause and one dependent clause. It is non-symmetrical relation. How it is? When I traveled to Nahatarang, I felt cool. When I traveled to Nahatarang, dependent clause, I felt cool, independent clause. So it is to hold between one independent clause and one dependent clause. It is a non-symmetrical relation which result in the complex sentence. Coordinative conjunction. So first type is we have to learn in this video about the coordinative conjunction. First one is coordinative conjunction. Mnemonics are fanboys. What is the mnemonic? Fanboys. F for for, F for, A for and, N nor, B but, O or, Y yet, S so. So coordinative conjunction give equal importance to the words or sentences they connect. It gives equal importance. Subordinative conjunction, which we will learn in the next video, are words that connects two clauses in a sentence, making one clause dependent on the other. It shows the relationship between the clause such as time, cause, effect, contrast, condition, comparison, purpose, concession, place. So these are subordinative clause which connect two clauses in a sentence, making one clause dependent on the other. So for cause and effect, we are using because since, so that, in order that, time, when, before, after, until, condition, if, unless, even if, in case, contrast, whereas, while, in contrast, although, for purpose, so that, in order that, lest, in order to, for comparison we are using just, as, then, rather than, as if, concession we are using although, even though, whereas, for place we are using where, wherever, everywhere, anywhere. So this we will learn in the next video. So these are the common coordinative conjunction. It's given in the table against, time-related conjunction, concision and comparison conjunction, cause conjunction, condition conjunction, place conjunction. So these are the common subordinative conjunction which is given in the table here. Now, correlative conjunction. Correlative, third one is a correlative conjunction. Third connector is a correlative conjunction. Correlative conjunction are pair of conjunction that work together to link they link words, phrases, clauses of equal importance with a sentence. They establish relationship between these elements presenting alternatives, contrasts, similarities, or dependencies. So this one again I will make for one more video for this, only for the correlative conjunction. So correlative conjunction, a pair of conjunction that work together to link. What they are linking? They are linking words, they're linking phrases, they're linking clauses of equal importance within a sentence. So they stabilize, they make relationship between these elements, presenting alternatives, contrast, similarities, dependent. So these are both and, either or, neither nor, not only, but also, whether or, just as, so as much as many as soon as, so that, such that, no sooner than, rather than, the, more than, less than, hardly when, scarcely when, not, but, not until, no, or ever, or sooner than, just so, whether or not, not, but rather, not, or no, not, or not only, but also, if then, not, unless, both, as well as, both, and also, either and. So these correlative conjunction we will read in the separate video. Four connectors are known as a conjunctive adverbs. So these are used for the clarification, compare and contrast also, continuity also, for consequences also. So given there for clarification, for example, as an example, naturally, understandably, predictably, in fact, for instance, for comparison and contrast, alternatively, likewise, similarly, however, conversely, instead, however, nevertheless, for continuity, then, so, still, next, consequences, accordingly, nonetheless, consequently, thus, therefore, thereafter. So this, for this also, next video we will learn in only one video, conjunctive adverbs. Now we have to know about the difference between the clause and phrase. Clause is a group of words which includes a subject and a verb. So clause have two friends. One friends are subject and a verb. Clause definitely consists of a subject and a verb. Phrase is a grammatically connected verb. It is connected with a clause. It is connected with a sentence. So it is a grammatically connected group of words that make up part of a clause and a sentence. Expand a single word. Like, look at the example. After school, I read a book. After school is a phrase because it's a grammatically connected group of words. Two words here it is connected, and after school is a phrase. I read a book. It gives a complete meaning. It gives a complete thought. So it is a clause. It consists of subject and verb as well. It's showing action also. So it is a clause. So clause is a group of words that includes a subject and verbs, and it gives a complete thought. It gives a complete meaning. So I read a book is a clause. Phrase, the different types of phrase: noun, verb, adjective, adverb, prepositional. So noun phrase, the tiny mouse. Verb phrase, was reading. Who is reading? You no need to was reading. Who was reading? No need. Was reading is a verb phrase. Adjective phrase, very tall. Adverb phrase, only occasionally. Prepositional phrase, on the table. So phrase is a group of two or more verbs, two or more words functioning as a meaningful unit within a sentence or clause. So phrase always used in a sentence or a clause, and it has two or more words which is functioning as a meaningful unit. which gives some specific unit, specific meaning. What is a clause? Clause is a group of words that includes a subject and verbs and forms a sentence. In clause, there is two type of clause. One is a dependent clause, other one is an independent clause. Dependent clause is known as a subordinate clause, and independent clause is known as a principal clause or main clause. So example, I will call you when I reach home. When I reach home is depending on I will call you. So I when I reach home is a dependent clause, it is a subordinate clause. I will call you is an independent clause, principal clause, main clause. Main and subordinate clause is given which you requested for subordinate clause. I am fine, main clause. Though I did not like it, it's any sentence you can use it. So it one is a subordinate clause. Main clause, you are my friend. Main clause, people love peace. After you have been eaten. So like these sentences when you are using, and the dependent clauses depending on the main clause. Main clause is also known as independent clause or principal clause. So whenever we are using the principal clause, that is a main clause, that is a independent clause. Another one is a dependent clause, which is also known as a subordinate clause. So a few examples are given here. What is the difference in main clause and subordinate clause? So I am fine is a main clause. Then again, you are my friend, main clause. If people love peace, main clause. Winners do not give up, main clause. And subordinate clause, that is a dependent clause, which you requested for, though I did not like it. After you have eaten, then what do you know? Winner, then again, because I heard you. So these are the subordinate clause. Clauses in English grammar types is main subordinate, which we have learned in the previous slide also. So there are one more clause is that relative clause. What is that? Relative clause. Main clause, we have understood that clauses that are influenced by other sentences, they can be independent, satisfying the basic clause condition. So main clause is known as the independent clause. It is known as the principal clause, because they can be independent, satisfying the basic clause condition. I will do my homework before dinner. So I will do my homework is a principal clause, main clause, independent clause, and satisfying the basic clause condition. Gary chose the color he liked best. So Gary chose the color is a main clause, independent clause, principal clause. A teacher is a person who teaches his students. So a teacher is a person is a main clause, principal clause, independent clause. The door opened, then I play in the yard. So the door opened, this is a, the door open is a, if we are using this only the sentence, the door open, it is a main clause. If I using the I play in the yard, I play in the yard, and further we are not using any sentence of word. So I play in the yard is a main clause. Independent clause, principal clause, subordinate clause. Subordinate clause is known as a dependent clause because subordinate clause provide the complete meaning of a sentence when it is associated with the main clause. Okay, so they need to be used with the main clause. Subordinate clause always need a friend, and the friend name is a main clause. Subordinate always need a boss. The boss is a main clause or independent clause or principal clause. Example, when the train stops, we will get off it. When the train is stopped, we will get off it is a main clause. When the train is stopped, it is a dependent clause, subordinate clause. These are the people who work at our school. So these are the people, these are the main clause. Who work at our school is a dependent clause. My brother is the one who lives in that house. So who lives in that house is a dependent clause. Where is the milk? That was in the kitchen. So that was in the kitchen is a dependent clause. Now, relative clause. Relative clause is a type of subordinate clause. It is a type of dependent clause, and it is used to modify noun or pronoun, or relative clause are always dependent clause. This includes words like who, whom, that, which, when, whose, why, where. So bathroom, that is downstairs, needs to be fixed. So that is downstairs is relative clause. The cat which scratch my mom is wild. So which scratch my mom is relative clause. My mother, who is from Sweden, only speaks a little English. So who is from Sweden is a relative clause. So relative clause is always dependent clause, and we are using this The few are who, whom, that, which, when, whose, why, or where. When we are using this in the sentences, it becomes a relative clause. Like example is given, that is down is here, which express my mom who is from Sweden. So these are the relative clause. So clauses types say principal clause, main clause, independent clause, subordinate clause, that is a dependent clause. Dependent clause is of three type: noun, adjective, adverb clause. Phrases clause difference we have understood very nicely. Phrase is a group of words that function as a single unit within a sentence. Unlike a clause, a phrase does not have both a subject and a verb. Phrase does not have subject and a predicate. It often consists of related words that work together to give a specific meaning, but it does not express a complete thought on its own. So phrase does not express a complete thought on its own. It gives a specific meaning. It often consists of related words and it always associated with either with a sentence or with a clause. What is a clause? Clause is a group of words that includes both a subject and a predicate. Means clause includes both subject and a verb. It forms a complete thought. It gives a complete meaning and can function as a standalone sentence or be a part of larger sentence. So clause consists of one main clause, one dependent clause. So phrases versus clause, we have understood everything. So phrase is also type, prepositional, verb, adjective, adverbial. Prepositional phrase example, she likes to walk in the park. So in the park is prepositional phrase. Now, he read the book, he read the book, he read the old book. The old book is a noun phrase. Next example, she is studying for her exam. She is studying for her exam. Is studying is verb phrase. He is very tall. Very tall is adjective phrase. She sang with enthusiasm. With enthusiasm is adverbial phrase. So these are the types of phrase which we'll learn in the one more video only about the phrase. Now clause one which I will explain a lot. Independent clause, a sentence is given. She likes to read every night. So it is an independent clause, principal clause, main clause. Dependent clause, when she finishes her work, she will go home. When she finishes her work, so it is totally depending on the second sentence, she will go home. So when she finishes her work is a dependent sentence and she will go home is an independent clause. Coordinative conjunction, which we are going to learn, the words join words, phrases, and clauses, fanboys, mnemonic, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. So what is a coordinative conjunction? A coordinative conjunction is a word or phrase that connects two or more equal grammatical elements. Example, it could connect two verbs, it could connect two nouns, it could connect two adjectives, it could connect two adverbs. Look at the example for two verbs. The audience cheered and clapped at the end of the performance. The audience cheered and clapped at the end of the performance. In this cheered and clapped, two verbs. So it could connect. So in this place, and is a coordinative conjunction which is connecting two verbs, cheered and clapped. The audience cheered and clapped at the end of the performance. So coordinative conjunction here it is used is and. So it is adding two verbs. Now next, it could connect two nouns in a sentence. Would you like cake or ice cream for dessert? So in this case, cake or ice cream is a noun. There are used in this sentence there is a use of two nouns, so it is or coordinative conjunction is used whether you like cake or ice cream. So would you like cake or ice cream? So coordinative conjunction could connect two nouns as well. Now again it could connect two adjectives in a sentence. The holiday cottage was small yet welcoming. The holiday cottage was small yet welcoming. So in this small and welcoming are two adjectives, and yet is a coordinative conjunction. Now it could connect two adverbs in a sentence. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, I made it to the top of the hill. So slowly and surely, these two words, slowly and surely, are adverbs connected by the coordinative conjunction but. So it could connect two adverbs in a sentence. So what we got from these examples? Coordinative conjunction could connect to verbs, to nouns, to adjectives, to verbs, adverbs. Now next, coordinative conjunction are also used to connect independent clauses together. Independent clauses together. We have acquired the knowledge what is an independent clause. So let's look at the example. James wanted a piece of cake. He was on a diet. So both are independent clauses. James wanted a piece of cake. He was on a diet. So how to connect it with the help of coordinative conjunction? James wanted a piece of cake, but he was on a diet. So in this sentence, I have used comma after cake. So this formula, this rule, we are going to know in the next slide. So whenever we are connecting two independent clauses, in the first independent clause, before using coordinative conjunction, you must have to use comma. Okay, you must have to use comma. So coordinative conjunction are also used to connect independent clauses together. James wanted a piece of cake. He was on a diet. So we have to connect these two independent clauses. So we have connected with the help of but. James wanted a piece of cake. Then we have to use comma, but he was on a diet. So, but is a coordinative conjunction. Second sentence, it was a long journey. I am feeling very tired now. So, these two sentences are independent clauses. How to connect it? It was a long journey. So, I am feeling tired now. So in this again, we have to use comma in the first sentence. It was a long journey, comma. Then so I am feeling very tired now. So is a coordinative conjunction. And before first independent clause, we have to use comma. It is a rule. Okay. So coordinative conjunction are also used to connect independent clauses together. And when we are connecting with the help of coordinative conjunction, in the first clause, we have to use comma and then coordinative conjunction. So when two independent clauses are joined with a coordinative conjunction, a comma needs to be placed before the conjunction. We always have to use the comma before a conjunction. It is a rule of joining to connecting two independent clauses with the help of coordinative conjunction. When a conjunction connects two independent clauses together, it is the formation of compound sentences created. So with the compound sentence, it consists of two independent clauses. Coordinative conjunction example, 7 coordinative conjunction, and, but, for, nor, yo, or, so, yet. So coordinative conjunction given here for gives a reason why and joins similar ideas, not negative form of or, but shows a contrast, or gives a choice, yet gives a contrast. So shows cause and effect. So these are the seven coordinative conjunction which can be remembered, which can always remembered with the simple and easiest acronym FANBOYS. It is used to connect words, phrases, or clauses of equal grammatical rank within a sentence. Or with the help of this, we are creating a compound sentence joining two or more independent clauses. So conjunction. So coordinative conjunction are used to link two clauses, two phrases of equal value or equal status. There are only a small number of coordinative conjunction. So simple mnemonics are fanboys. So now it is a popular but misleading mnemonics now. So many people are saying because we so forget fanboys, forget for and so. So many people are not using for and so is used in dual purpose. Act as a so we are using as a coordinative conjunction also and as a subordinative conjunction also. So this is the reason that simple acronym given as a BANU. They have removed the for and so. For can be forgotten as it is hardly ever used as a coordinating conjunction in modern English. So it has been replaced by because or as, which are clearly, these are subordinators. Coordinative conjunction example given. We listen eagerly for he brought news of our family. So for what is the reason? For gives a reason. Why? For gives a reason why. So in this sentence, we listen eagerly for he brought news of our families. And she did not speak to anyone and nobody spoke to her. So and joined similar ideas. She did not speak to anyone and nobody spoke to her. Nor I don't expect children to be rude, nor I expect to be disobeyed. So here, nor negative form of or. They rushed to the hospital, but they were too late. So, but shows a contrast. They rushed to the hospital, but they were too late. I will go shopping or I will go camping. So, or gives a choice. Yet Kelly was a convicted criminal, yet many people admired him, yet gave a contrast. So I was feeling hungry, so I made myself a sandwich. So for the purpose of cause and effect. Coordinative conjunction, another example, Sam drank some water for he was thirsty. I take milk and sugar in my tea. Sarah does not like apples, nor does she like pears. All the children wanted to eat pizza, but no one wanted to buy it. We could go to zoo or we could go to the theme park. The weather was cold and wet, yet we enjoyed very much. He is sick nor so he is going to the school. So these are the example of coordinative conjunction. What are the example of coordinative conjunction? So coordinative conjunction connects words, phrases and the clauses of the same kind, and the clauses are independent clauses. So in this way we are making compound sentences. Two nouns, cats and cows. Two verbs, shout or kicks. Two adjectives, short and simple. For two adverbs, quickly but carefully. Two independent clauses. So we are with the help of coordinating conjunction, we could connect two nouns, two verbs, two adjectives, two verbs, and two independent clauses. Example is given. Dylan writes better songs, but Britney Spears sells more records. So it is both are independent clauses. About so. As for so, grammar books and website provides contradictory and often ambiguous and information, doubtful information, contradictory information. So let's clarify the situation. When so implies when the meaning of so is coming in the sentence is purpose, it is clearly a subordinative conjunction. When the meaning of purpose is coming showing a purpose, it is a subordinative conjunction. Okay, so what is subordinative conjunction? We will learn in the subordinating video. So subordinate clause can come before or after the main clause. So if we use the sentence, I bought a new camera so I could take better pictures. If we are using so in the front of the sentence, so I could take better pictures about a new camera. So in this so, when we are using the so in the first in the sentence, it implies consequence. So I could better pictures. It's showing result. It consequence language disagree. It creates confusion to where as to whether it is a coordinator or subordinator, whether it is a coordinating conjunction or subordinating conjunction. But either way, the so clause must follow the main clause. Always remember the so clause always follow the main clause. So the first sentence, I bought a new camera so I could take better pictures, is a right one. So I could take better pictures about a new camera is wrong one. Okay, so it is about the many online dictionaries and printed grammar books do not bother to distinguish between the usage of so for purpose and so for consequences, or are very ambiguous or very doubtful on this point. So when so meaning purpose, it is subordinative conjunction, and when so implies consequences, it whether it is coordinator, subordinator, it creates confusion. So we always use in the mid. I bought a new camera so I could take better pictures. Now about and or. And or can link individual words or clauses. When we are using coordinative conjunction and or. It both of these can link individual words or phrases. They are used to link individual words or clauses. Individual words or clauses. Yet and but normally link clauses. Yet and but normally link clauses. Yaad rakhna hai, you have to remember this. But sometimes link two words. But sometimes link two words. And or can link individual words or clauses. Yet and but normally link two clauses, but two words, but link two words. Nor cannot link words. It is a very important point. Nor cannot link words. When it is coordinative conjunction, it can only do so in partnership with neither as a correlative conjunction. Nor cannot link words. When it is a coordinative conjunction, it can only do so in partnership. Who is the partner? Partner is neither. It can only do so in partnership with neither as a correlative conjunction. Now, what are the uses of coordinative connectors? Coordinative connectors give equal value to the two elements that they coordinates. Always remember coordinative connectors, the 7 types of connectors we are using. It gives always equal value to the two elements that they coordinates. They must be placed between the two elements that they coordinates. It's very important point. We have to keep the coordinative connectors in between the two elements that they coordinate. Coordinative conjunction. Again, example, I want 3 beers and a glass of lemonade. See, we went to bed and went to sleep. You can have the chocolate mousse or the lemon tart. They will win or they will lose. This present is not for Peter but Paul. I bought a new dress that was not red but pink. We are going to Paris but not to Rome. We are going to Paris but we are going to Rome. He was very tired yet very happy. The doctor was rather young, yet the company was successful. Now look at this example is given. In somewhere there is a no comma is used. So there is again confusion. So first sentence, I want 3 beers and a glass of lemonades. In this case, the and is used. So and is used for, it acts as a coordinative conjunction. It is connecting two words. 3 beers and a glass of lemonade. So it does not carry comma. Same again, we went to bed and went to sleep. Again, we do not use the comma. You can have the chocolate mouse or the lemon tart. In this also, we cannot use the comma. They will win or they will lose. In this place, we will use the comma. The present is not the Peter but Paul. So when the word in this, this present is not for Peter. So 6 words are used in the first sentence. So we have to use the comma. We have to use the comma for the case of but. So coordinative conjunction connects word, phrases, and clauses. Word, if it is 2 words are connected, if 2 phrases are connected, no comma should be used. Kindly keep in mind when conjunctive coordinative conjunction is used to connect 2 words or 2 phrases, no comma should be used. If it connects 2 clauses, comma should be used. Comma should be used. Again, we are going to Paris but not to Rome, comma is used. We are going to Paris but we are clause, we are using the comma. So in this the clause, we are using the comma. For 2 words and 2 phrases, we are not using comma. Coordinative conjunction for to show reason. Joining word for is used to introduce the reason for the preceding clause. So example are given here. For example, I bought an apple for he was hungry. I study English for going to Australia. My wife sent me flowers for she loves me. I go to Canada this summer to visit my sister for I long to see her. Coordinative conjunction and to add information. What are the rule of coordinative conjunction? Add to and informations. Gold and silver are precious metal. So in this case, just you look at that gold and silver, there are 2 words. It is joined by the coordinative conjunction. So no comma should be used. Jack and Jill went up the hill. So there are two words joined by the coordinative conjunction and Jack and Jill. So no commas should be used. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Did you remember to bring pen and paper? In this case also and is joining two words. So no comma is used. More children like chocolates and pizzas. So no comma is used. Joining two words, chocolates and pizzas. Coordinative conjunction not to add negative information nor give always negative expression. Geeta did not return that night nor the night after. He could not speak nor could he understand anything we said. My brother does not like to study nor does he take notes in class. The shopkeeper did not give a refund nor would he exchange the item. Next coordinative conjunction is but to show contrast. The officer was strict but fair. The movie was good but very long. The water was warm but I did not go swimming. He reads magazine but he did not like to read books. So in this all the sentences there are more than two words, the comma are used. Can I send, then question may arise, can I start a sentence with a coordinative conjunction? Most of the time, the teachers, facilitators tell you that it is wrong to start the sentence with coordinative conjunction, but it is not true. We can start a sentence with a coordinative conjunction. Just example is given. As a result, the court found him guilty. So in this case, we have used the starting as a result. The court found him guilty. Ben was shouting in anger, but in this sentence also we have used but before Sam listened to his word, he slammed the door and stormed away. So we can use start the sentence with a coordinative conjunction also. A lot of grammar book claims that it is wrong to start a sentence with a conjunction. This is just wrong. Most of the great writers in the English language have from time to time used sentences starting with conjunction. So it's given in the Bible also. There is a the sentences have been started with a conjunction. Coordinative conjunction or to give choices or alternatives or to give choices and alternatives. You must eat or starve. In this case also, no comma should be used. You must eat or starve. You pursue or you lag behind. You may take this pen or that one. I can't decide if I should study science or English. There may be several alternatives. It joined in the preceding one by or presenting a choice between any two in the series. We are presenting a choice. We are doing the selection. So in this sentence, we are using or. Now look at there how when we are using the when we make the two clause, then we are using the comma. He may study medicine or law or engineering. So in this case, or is repeating. Then we can use a comma. He may study medicine or law or engineering, comma, computers, or he may enter into business. Use of joining word or to introduce an alternative name or synonym or antonyms. You can come early or go late. The violin or fiddle has become the leading instrument of the fusion music. So we are for joining word or to introduce synonym, alternative name or synonym. Use of joining word or to mean otherwise. The meaning is coming here otherwise. You go home or come with us. You must be quick or we will miss the train. Use of joining word or as nearly equivalent to. Do you like tea or coffee? They are not lacking in strength or spirit, but motivation. They are not lacking in strength or spirit, but motivation. In this sentence, we have used two conjunctions. So, or spirit, then comma, then but motivation. Coordinative conjunction yet to show concession or contrast. Joining word yet is used for talking or asking about something that has not happened. Yet is used for talking or asking about something that has not happened or is not true at a particular time but will probably happen or be true in the future. It is not true at that time, at that specific time, but will probably happen or be true in the future. The teacher was strict yet fair. I am amazed that you have not told him anything yet. She has not yet decided if she wants to come or not. The student liked their reaction, yet they wish she graded more fairly. Coordinative conjunction so to so result. Joining word so is used when you are emphasizing a fact by saying what the result of it is. Emphasizing the fact by saying what the result of it is. I failed the exam, so I will have to take it next semester. There were not enough beds, so I had to sleep on the floor. Wade ignored his survey, so I got a spoon and ate it myself. So these are about the coordinative conjunction. Comma usage with coordinative conjunction. The comma is inserted before the coordinative conjunction between two independent clauses. The comma tells the reader that one clause has finished and the other clause has started. See, let's look at the example. She went to the supermarket, comma, and she bought some apples. So in this place, in two independent clauses, we are using comma before the coordinative conjunction. Again, please, the points should be noted. A comma is not used when we connect two words or phrases. She ate cake and chocolate. It is connecting two words or phrases, so we cannot use it. If the words are more, 4 words, 5 words, 6 words, then we use the comma. But for 2 words or phrases, we cannot use comma. So put a comma before the fanboys when they connect two independent clauses. It's a very important rule. Put a comma before the fanboys when they connect two independent clauses. If the first sentence has 5 or few words, you may choose to omit the comma. If you're using the first sentence and then next sentence, if the first sentence is less than 5 words, you have to omit the comma. No need to write the comma. If more than 5 words, then you have to use the comma. It's a very important point. If the first sentence has 5 words or few words, 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, up to 5 words, you may choose to omit the comma. Means no need to use the comma. More than 5 words, then you have to use the comma. Points to remember, there are some points to keep in mind, always keep in mind when you use coordinative conjunction. When coordinative conjunction are used to combine two independent clauses, a comma should be used before the latter clause, which I have emphasized so many times. Examples, I will buy some red apples and I will buy bananas. So in this case, we have to use the comma. Both are independent clause and there is no now next sentence. I will next sentence, look at here, it is also two independent clauses. I will buy bananas and I will buy apples and I will buy banana. In this case, we will not use comma. What is the reason? Because in the first sentence the words are 4. It should be always, the word should be always more than 5, then we will use the comma. If it is independent clause and the first sentence is having the up to 5 words, we do not use the comma. It's a very important point. So here's written notes. In this case, the first sentence is having the only 5 words, so 4 words, so we do not use the comma. More than 5 words, in this sentence, I will buy some red apples. These are more than 5 words, so we are using comma. Less than 5 words, we do not use the comma in an independent clauses. Now, next rule, when coordinative conjunction are used in a sentence to connect two phrases, a comma need not, when we are connecting two phrases, no need to use comma. I will buy apples and buy banana. So there are two phrases, buy apple and buy banana. There are two phrases, buy apples, buy banana. So we will not use the comma between two phrases. Now, next rule, when coordinative conjunction are used in a sentence to connect two words, a comma did not be used. When we are connecting two words, I will buy apple and banana, no comma between two words. So it's an important rule. So it's kindly go through it. Now, next one, when a coordinative conjunction is used to connect multiple nouns or a list of items, you have the liberty to use a comma or not before the coordinative conjunction. It depends upon you. It is always perceived that you cannot start sentences with a conjunction, but that is not the truth. We have previously we have seen some example also. So we can start the sentences with a conjunction as well. You can use a conjunction to start the sentence if the particular context demand or allows it. So comma should not be used to join two independent clauses without a coordinative clause conjunction. This creates a comma splice. There is a new concept. Please try to understand. A comma should not be used to join two independent clauses, but having the complete sentences without a coordinative conjunction. This creates a comma splice, which is a type of run-on sentence. Instead, two independent clauses should be separated by a period or a semicolon and then can be joined using a coordinative conjunction with a comma before the conjunction. Elaborate form we have to understand. When two independent clauses are incorrectly joined by a comma, it is called comma splice. When two independent clauses are incorrectly joined by a comma, it is called comma splice, and this is a common error in writing. So when we are using comma in two independent clauses and it is incorrectly written, so it is a comma splice. Correct. How to correct a comma splice? To fix a comma splice, you have to do this or follow these options. First, separate the sentences with a period, replace the comma with semicolon, and then add a coordinative conjunction. 7 coordinative conjunction are there. According to the demand of sentence, you can use the coordinative conjunction. You can add the coordinative conjunction. Example, the sun was shining brightly. It was a beautiful day. So how we can frame these sentences? We can use this comma. The sun was shining brightly. It was a beautiful day. In this example, the two sentences, first one is independent clause, second one is also independent clause. So we have used a period. The sun was shining brightly, period, it was a beautiful day. The sun was shining brightly, it was a beautiful day. In this middle, we are using semicolon. Now, the sun was shining brightly and it was a beautiful day using a conjunction. So in this way, because in the sentence, comma, sentence is having error. The sun was shining brightly. It was a beautiful day. So uh, how to correct the error? We have to use the first period, then semicolon, then use a conjunction. So the correct one is the sun was shining brightly, then comma, and it was a beautiful day. So this is known as a comma splice when two independent clauses are incorrectly joined by a comma. Few examples are given here. Student, kindly go through it. Try to know which type of coordinative conjunction are suitable for the given sentences. Answer is given here. No need to go through this. First you try to do by own, then check your answer. Types of coordinative conjunction. It is a 4-type: cumulative, alternative, adversative, elative coordinative conjunction. Cumulative conjunction used to add a statement, phrase, word together to another. Used to cumulative. Cumulative means addition. Cumulative coordination conjunction means cumulative means to add something, used to add a statement, to add a phrase or a word to another. Sentence, I went to buy grocery and my brother went to the clinic. Alternative coordinative conjunction. This type of conjunction is used to present or link alternative ideas or objects. As the name suggests, alternative coordinative conjunction means to present or link alternative ideas or objects. It can also be used to list different options in order to provide a choice between them. Do you want noodles or pasta for breakfast? It is an alternative coordinative conjunction. Adversative coordinative conjunction is used to denote adversative, converse, contrasting ideas or opposing statements. It denotes contrasting ideas or opposing statement. Example, we finally reached the restaurant, but we were not hungry anymore. Lata was sick at Siva's went to work. Relative coordinative conjunction, it is used to indicate an observation or inference result. I cannot go out as planned, for it is raining heavily. I had to buy some groceries, so I went to the supermarket. So these are the four types of coordinative conjunction. So we have acquired lots of knowledge about the coordinative conjunction. In next video, we have to learn about the subordinative conjunction, then other types of conjunction also. So example is given here again, the coordinative conjunction example. Kindly go through it.